Oh my God. I was just making my coffee, my third coffee, because I was so busy extending my love to somebody. I forgot to drink the second coffee I made after the first one. I drank so fast while I was spilling the tea. So, you know my von der Leyen be paying dream? Remember I said she was being all smug, thinking when she had her phone up and she was videotaping the door that I was walking out of. And then I turned around and confronted her, and she was pooping herself. And her little security guard or bodyguard or whatever it was that she had backing him up, he had goggles on that were like flies' eyes. And I said that'll be Elon Musk and all that. It'll be all her, you know, like the Zuckerbergs and Elon Musk. I know it's Elon Musk. Like, I have no doubt it's Elon Musk because he watches everything I do. He's Tardovsky in Message in a Bottle, and he's obsessed with everything I do. So I know the fly represents Elon Musk, and he's like watching everything I do. He's the spy with the fly eyes, so that he reports back to everyone in the Illuminati. You know, he was doing the Illuminati hand signal at Davros, right? So he works for all of them, von der Leyen, Trump, Starmer, like, you know, he's their bitch, right? Because he's trying to be Vladimir Putin and the king's version of me. Whereas the king and Vladimir Putin only need me, like the all the power that I have. Like, he's trying to be all different things for everyone. You know, he's got to play so many games because he's trying to portray to the world that he's like one thing, but to everybody else, he's something completely different. So I know that sounds confusing, but you know what I mean. He's basically, when I talk about my physics, how I use my physics, I break them up into fractals. So one of my jumps that I record can have multiple different meanings for multiple different people, for multiple different events that are about to play out based on the one jump, because I can fractulate my codes so that one thing could be a bilocation jump where I see two things at once, or a multi-location jump where I see multiple events happening across multiple timescapes for multiple people, where it's going to be the exact same outcome based on the one jump. He tries to be that, hence the fly eyes. And he goes back and tells everyone. He also fakes evidence. He fakes posts. He fakes news. He fakes photos. You know, so when they send the honey traps out, they use my voice, they use my photos, they use videos, they use whatever, and then they use AI to say, look at what you, ooh, the proof, and, you know, so fly eyes. So in the Quantum Menace, he's Art Mordor, Thor killer. Because you know how they're trying to pretend like they're all Vikings and members, see you in Valhalla, pal, or buddy, or whatever it was, all of that nonsense, because they're nuts. They don't know how to do this at all. So I always see the glitches because I don't need fly eyes. I've got the dragon eye, and the dragon eye, positioned in the North Star, can see the entire world all at once. That's my crystal ball. So he has to have eyes everywhere: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, my WhatsApp, my emails, my Deliveroo's, Majestic. Like, he's got eyes everywhere, hence fly eyes. That's why I knew in the dream he was fly eyes. So she was thinking, Bahar, like, I've got you. I'm kicking you out of Instagram, and I'm capturing this moment with this big smug look on her face. And I turned around and I confronted her. And I was basically saying, gotcha. Because you forgot, she forgot in the dream. I knew she forgot. Cameras were watching everything that they were doing. So this video of Netanyahu admitting about Greenland in 2018 and Donald Trump revealing his plans as Q, and now Elon Musk coming out and saying, I'm an alien time traveller, blah, 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 just makes everything I said true. She forgot that things were being posted that were going to prove her and her organisation to be the Antichrist movement involved in a 1855 plot, because remember, she's the children, they're all children of Nazis. They've all got Nazi connections. Klaus Schwab, Elon Musk, von der Leyen, Calais, they're all descended from Nazis. Merkel, all of them. Freemasons, Nazis, that sort of thing. And this is what the Queen would have been saying when she said, don't you dare call me a Nazi on my post. Like, she was really offended when people were trying to infer that that her family, through Prince Michael, I think it was, were spying for the Nazis and telling the Nazi secrets of that. And she was really angry, and she was like, don't you dare call me a Nazi. She said all that in the post. I put it in one of my threads when I was running to the king like a tattletale. And yeah, it's like she forgot that the Marina Abramovich thing was going to get posted, that Elon Musk talking about him being a time-travelling alien was going to get posted, and now it just and because the king has avoided the summit, and people are starting to pull out their money from having anything to do with these organisations and stuff, it's all come back on her, which is what the dream was about. And her rubbing her hands together and looking really scared, but pretending like she wasn't scared. But I was saying, but your body language. Because remember, Elon Musk was doing the Illuminati hand signal when he was talking about being an alien time traveller. And I was saying in the von der Leyen being paying dream, I was saying, why are you scared? You're terrified. No, I'm not. And I said, your body, I can tell by what you're doing with your hands. You're shitting, you're nervous. She was self-soothing. And so basically, what I was trying to say in that dream as well, and what Amber was saying in the dream about when she took the money from the ATM machine under the water, don't worry about what they're going to try to do, because it's going to pay off for you in the end. This is all going to pay off. I had that dream, and then a couple of days later they shut my Instagram down. She would have, because she's been after my Instagram, because remember she got the fake fact checkers to try and say that I was lying about the whole climate change thing, and then scientists came out and blasted that out of the water. So now she just looks like a lying idiot. And now, yeah, so in the dream I was confronting her saying, I can tell from the way you're moving your hands that you're scared. The way you move your hands when you talk tells a lot. Like Donald Trump gripping onto the podium while he was talking, trying to hide the fact that he was in pain. And when they talk, subconsciously, they don't realise they're doing the Illuminati hand signals, because it's mind control. When you sign up for the Illuminati, they start the brainwashing process so that they all think together. They all think as one collective, because they know that you're stronger together. You're only as strong as your weakest link. But their conscience breaks through and gives away the signs and signals and tells on them. So he's sitting there talking about a time-jumping alien while he's doing the Illuminati hand signals at the World Economic Forum meeting, where they've got Marina Abramovich, who is, the famous for her spirit cooking and all of that, and they've got all the members of the New World Order there, and the king stayed away, praise the Lord. And now people are starting to pull away and backing away from America and that, because they've used him as the figurehead, even though we know the puppet master is Netanyahu. And in that dream, she was terrified, like she was shitting herself, and flies, remember flies and poo. She was pooping herself, because I was saying to her, why are you scared? She's saying, I'm not. I was saying, I can tell from your body language. And I said I was laughing because she forgot that the cameras were all watching. And, flies are attracted to poop. And he stuck to her like glue in that dream. He followed her, he was mimicking her in every way. And in the Quantum Menace, Mordor, he has that fake eye. He's part of the Glassarden Brigade, Glass Eye Brigade. The spies on the internet, the fly spies. And he's being fed information and feeds information through his glass eye. That's why in the dream I knew the guard that was following her, that had the goggles on that were exactly like flies' eyes, was Elon Musk. And then he tries to copy everything I do, but it backfires because they're the reverse image of what the king and Vladimir Putin represent. That's why every time they come out with stuff about Vladimir Putin and the king and the royal family, I'm immediately able to follow it up with actual factual evidence. Because their reality is all based in misinformation, disinformation, fake posts, fake accounts, AI imagery, lies, gossip, that sort of thing. But they use the media, they use social media, they use things like YouTube and that in order to spread it, hence the fly eyes. But spiders have multiple eyes as well. But spiders work on vibration. So I spy with my dragon's eye. The spider's been caught in the web, literally. And that's what the dream was telling me, that von der Leyen and Elon Musk and that were going to get caught in their own web, in their own web of lies. The spider's catching them, and the spider is catching the fly in its own web of lies, in their web of lies. So the worst thing she could have done was shut my Instagram down, because now it's just exposed everything, which then reminded me of my, back when it was Gatekeepers News Network, but it's now the Ministry of Souls News Network. Remember when I talk about God pulling back the veil to expose their sins, and God finding evidence that's going to lead them court-bound, like when the dam breaks or something, the truth spills out, the evidence that God found will lead them to be court-bound. I'll put the links, I'll also put the screenshots up, but this is exactly what it's talking about. And then because now von der Leyen has been caught taking money from the Ukraine war effort, same with Starmer and Trump and all of that, they're all going to go down together because they were stupid enough to touch my Instagram. So Amber was saying, when I realised what that dream about Amber was saying, and because in that dream, when I turned around, I had my phone up to the little baby bluebirds, and I knew it was to do with posts on X. And I knew that she was saying something's coming, but don't worry about it. Like it's going to be a bit choppy waters, because I was thinking I'm going to lose my conversation with her. You know, she's gone now. And that's the only thing I was worried about. I went through all my notes and all the stuff I was worried about losing. I've found, so I don't need to worry about that. Like I was worried about losing my work when I was first figuring out quantum magnetics and that. I posted it all on Instagram. I was worried about losing that, but I found them all. And then I thought, well, I've lost a couple of dreams, but I found them as well, and I have evidence that I had the dreams up on Instagram. So me holding up my phone and taking taking the video of the baby bluebirds, it was to say that things that had been caught on camera were going to be used to expose people on X, because I always see the bluebird as representing X, Twitter. And there was a lot of birds chattering and twittering, and it was other people posting this stuff about what's going on at the World Economic Forum that I was able to then pull out and say, look, see, I told you. Elon Musk thinks he's a time-travelling alien and he's doing the Illuminati hand signal, which I think Klaus Schwab has on his alien costume that he wears because he thinks he's an alien. All of them descended from Nazis. And the Queen said, for me personally, she said this began with World War II. But Queen Victoria said, for me, it started after my reign. And I was right. So that would also imply that the people that now govern Israel, because Mossad was formed in 1855 with the express purpose of getting rid of any royal family bloodline, any Jesus Christ bloodline, that means that World War II, they sacrificed their own people. Israel sent Jews to the slaughter to pull off a greater plan of world domination. That's what it would imply. It means that they were in on it. Zelensky's grandfathers, by the way, I was able to find in evidence both of Zelensky's grandfathers fought against Queen Elizabeth's people, fought against Queen Elizabeth. I would hate to think that millions of Jews were sent to the concentration camps by their own people. That would just be heartbreaking. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to go there. Let's just talk about now. And my dream, von der Leyen be paying, was absolutely 100% spot on. She thought she was being all clever, shutting my Instagram down, and God just flipped the camera and pointed them straight at her and Elon Musk. And now he looks nuts. He was. It's like he was trying. The way he announced it. What do you see for your world? I see the future because I'm a time traveler. I'm an alien. When I've told you time and time again, and proven time and time again, they're not here. They don't even like being called aliens. Thank you very much. They're the Council of Elders. They're a lot older and smarter and wiser than we are. They're not even in this universe. They travel through the wormholes. They don't even need craft. They don't even need physical bodies. Just like me. I can time jump and be in the past, the present, and the future in different locations all at once, just going inside my mind. And that's what they do. They don't need to get in ships and travel through our solar systems and that in order to reach us. So, yeah. So when I was making my coffee, and I was like, oh my God, that's what the von der Leyen being paying dream was. What she's done has backfired monumentally. By shutting my Instagram down, it's backfired on her so much that now she's been exposed for stealing money from the Ukraine war effort. Elon Musk has exposed himself for being a nut job. He thinks he's a time-travelling alien while he's sitting there doing the Illuminati signals. They're falling apart. And in the dream, she was doing the things with her hands. So, sleight of hand. Remember, Amber said, sleight of hand. This Davos meeting has just shown to the world the New World Order, the Illuminati, they're falling apart. The fact that the king kept away, the fact that Starmer's getting his ass kicked in the court, same with Donald Trump, people are pulling out money away from the US Treasury and all that. He's hiding the fact that America has zero money and he's scamming people with this Gaza thing. And gold is vanishing. And people are taking their gold back. And people are now exposing, wasn't there like a gas leak or something in Davos and people had to leave because they suddenly started coughing? It's ironic considering this Pegasus thing was going to be giving people a cough. Because Pegasus, this typhoid, by the way, is basically COVID. I looked it up. I showed the evidence. When you look up typhoid, it's the exact same symptoms as COVID, and it's classed as a version of COVID. And now they're saying that this Pegasus thing is like another COVID, but where it gives you like a cough in there, and then people had to leave the meetings at Davros because there were people had a cough and there was like, was it gas or smoke or something? Yeah, so anyway, it's hilarious. So she shouldn't have touched my Instagram because now it's all coming back on her. And what did I say in the dream? They all end up in court. The stuff that's all been caught on camera, because she forgot that cameras were everywhere. Remember in the dream it started with them at the World Economic Forum and Macron and Moose were sitting on the couch and I handed them that China bowl that had the blue dragon. Well, it had the, I don't know if it was a dragon, it had blue, like a Ming vase, but it was a bowl. I don't know if it had a dragon. Why did I say blue dragon? Because blue dragon would imply my blue dragon. Because I'm not blue dragon, I'm gold dragon. But my partner, the one that I'm supposed to be destined to marry, my one true love, the man of my dreams, he's blue dragon. Why did I say blue dragon? Was he there? I don't know. I don't think I recall saying blue dragon when I recorded the dream. But blue dragon, Azure dragon, is the Chinese dragon, and he covers the four corners of the universe. He watches over the gold dragon. He embodies the imperial blue, which is Aries military. Aries twin Libra. So me handing the Chinese bowl and them being terrified, they were absolutely terrified. Me handing, because I'm trying to figure out now what the bowl would mean. I handed them the bowl and they were terrified. And then she did what she did with the door, being all smug, and then because I turned around and confronted her, it means that it, that it's been turned around on what they tried to use against the king in Russia and me has been flipped and turned back on them. So me handing the bowl could imply I've exposed their plot to the point where it can't be denied, and now they're terrified of the consequences because the ICC and King Charles have been watching this whole time. And now it appears that King Charles is listening to me. They're scared about what's going to happen, and that's why these other nations and that are starting to pull their money out. That's what I was saying in my last one. I don't know if other nations are watching, but it's almost like they're taking my advice, and they're using it as this is our time to cut our losses and leave, like distance ourselves, because they know what's coming. Instead of hyenas circling the king and Vladimir Putin to take them down, the lionesses are now circling the hyenas. The mother spirit, the Queen, Princess Diana, Queen Victoria, me, mother spirit. So, yeah, that backfired monumentally. And that's what the dream was saying. What her and Musk have done with my Instagram's going to backfire. And they're going to pay the consequences for it. While they're at this World Economic Forum meeting, it's exactly what's happening. So I'll put the jumps up where I talk about God pulling back the veil to reveal their sins, and God finding evidence that leaves them court bound, because that's what's coming next. That's what I said in the von der Leyen dream. After this, all the things that have been caught on camera, because remember it looked like they were, remember I said it's like they're sitting on the thing of loose lips. And then I just did my loose lips exclusive. Oh my God, I love it. I love my life. So yeah. So after this, what's coming next this year is the collapse of the EU, the collapse of America, the collapse of the Board of Peace. They're all going down. One by one by one by one, they're going to fall like dominoes. They're all going to end up in court. And she hangs up swinging on a noose. She gets dropped from a great height with her little legs flinging, then she won't be laughing about shutting my Instagram down then, eh? As they go to put the noose around her neck, because it's all going to be televised. As they put the noose around her neck, I'll just say, "See what you done? You should have left my Instagram alone." Ka-donk. Swing, 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 kick, kick, kick. She gets dragged too. She begs and pleads. She's double tied, double cuffed, and she gets dragged. Like they have to drag her legs. You should have left my Instagram alone. So that's what's coming next. Courts, lawsuits and military trials. Everything that I said was coming this year. And as long as Vladimir Putin stays away from the Board of Peace, and as long as the king keeps listening to me, we're going to get world peace, and wars are going to end, and bad people are going to be held accountable, and good people are going to take over the social media. Well, I mean, I'm going to have my own social media, so everyone can just come to me and they'll dump all the others. And yeah, so that's what's coming. They should have left my Instagram alone, because now it's all coming back on them. God, supernatural world is just so much more exciting than the paranormal one, I tell thee. Do my evil laugh. Thank God the king and Vladdy have got me on their side, eh? Otherwise they would have been eaten alive. Oh, don't even want to think about it. Anyway, I'm going to go now and finish my coffee. Drink it while it's still hot. I'll speak to you later. Links in the description box. Ka kite anō.